How's everybody doing tonight? I'm so excited you're here. Look what I got in the mail just in time. Our new exclusive shirt. For those of y'all that have already joined, this will be coming your way. I am so excited about it. Oh my gosh. So let me show you now that I'm like, well, let me move so it's not just showing my butt. Okay. Can you see it? Isn't it awesome? I love it so much. So those are that's part of Outer Limits this year. We have like an exclusive t-shirt for it. I'm really excited. So for those of y'all that are here, just say hi in the chat. Let me know you're here. I see Julie, Jamie, Tracy, Annabelle. I am so excited. We have Brenda from Michigan. So I am so excited you're here. We are talking all things Outer Limits. I'm so excited to share with you some of the new stuff we have this year with Outer Limits. And we are just so excited. I know we've had a lot of you join already as well as alumni, which means you have taken Outer Limits before. I also want to just quickly, before we get started, just tell you, like, this we only do once a year, and we only do it once a year because it's intense. It's like drinking from a fire hose. And it's a lot. I mean, you know, as you can imagine, I've been doing online business now for 8+ years. So it's a lot of my knowledge bulked into what I know you need to know in 6 weeks time. So it's a lot of stuff happening in just 6 weeks. So this is a course. So if you're brand new and you're like, I don't even know what's going on here, this may not be for you. But if you're interested and you're curious, I want you to know, because we do only offer this once a year. So it's a 6-week course. So you happen to come in like right when we always December 1st do the big opening about it, and we tell you about it, but we actually don't start teaching it until January 16th. Does anybody know why we do not teach it until January 16th? Any guess in the comments? Let me know. I would love to know. Oh, Connie, you were part of the COVID edition. Yes, back in the day. This is our 4th year of having Paint Party Outer Limits. And yeah, the reason we don't do it actually in December is because we're all doing paint parties in December. We're all out there. I mean, I just did a live a second ago. Bobby and Pixie are putting together art kits and paint kits. And then we have a bunch of Pixie's friends coming over that we're paying to do, we're going to feed them pizza and paying them to do tracing and getting everything ready for our big paint parties coming up this month. So I'm really excited because you know, December, we're busy, we're doing paint parties, we're going. But then January, I know for me, I personally kind of take a breather. Like January is kind of like for paint parties anyway, it's kind of like okay, I'm not going to do paint parties for a little while, although I have already scheduled one, but I'm not scheduling any more in January because I want to kind of have that time to breathe. And so for a lot of you, this is a perfect time for you to learn something new. So what I'm going to do is share with you about the first 40 minutes about what the possibilities are online, because this online world is kind of insane and most people still don't know about it. And then I'm going to tell you exactly what Paint Party Outer Limits entails. And it entails this beautiful shirt. But no, it's a lot more than just the shirt. But I'm just really excited about the shirt, if you can't tell. And for those of you that are joining Paint Party Outer Limits, when you will get the shirt, and this is a free gift. And that will be mailed to you if you're in the United States. Just a heads up. This is a medium and it's fitting a little bit snug. So if you like your shirts more baggy, I would get like a little bit bigger. And so this is a medium, and I'm 5'7" and I'm like 155. So if that gives, I'm just throwing it out there because I know on the Amazon, when you go to rate, you see the weight and the height, and then it makes you know what you need to order. So this one's kind of snug on me. So I like my t-shirts kind of snug, but if you like them bigger, oversized, I would go a step, like a size higher. Okay, that has nothing to do with the course. Let's go ahead. but we're women, and most of us are women on here, and we want to know what size to order. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so tonight what we're going to learn is training for creatives, grow your creative business online. And this is going to be how to teach painting online so you can have a wildly profitable online business. All right, so we're going to go over that tonight. And so who is this for? You're creative. Okay, do a check if you're creative. You can put it in the chat if you're creative, put check or put yes or whatever. And do you want to teach something online that's creative? Okay, so if that's you, put a check. And you want to teach in person, but you also want to diversify. This is huge, especially with, the talks on the news. It's so important to diversify and not only have in-person parties, but also start growing this online world. And you want to learn about sharing other people's products and make money online. That is very huge. And there's so much opportunity, even if you're scared of selling your own products. And you want to build an online audience that you can help. You love what you do, but you need to learn the right steps in order to take it to the next level. So in the comments, if you'll just put check, 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 if that is you. We got Ruth Ann, yes, 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 yes. Vicky, yes to all. Jamie, check, yep. Jen, yes, 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 that's me. Robbie, yes. Stephanie, yes. Shannon, yes to all. Janetta, yes. Tammy, all. Brenda, yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, so here's my promise, clarity and opportunity. So make this time, like seriously, y'all, the next 40, 45 minutes, and then we're gonna do like kind of like we do when we do peer-to-peer, where we see everybody's faces, and then I'm gonna be answering your questions. So we'll actually have time for Q&A, but right now, seriously, just put away distractions, don't be on the phone, doing that, just try to give yourself, even if you don't sign up for Paint Party Outer Limits, see what you can get out of this next 40 minutes together. Maybe it's like the first time you've ever heard of like something online like this. Maybe you didn't know that you could go live and paint with stencils and give a coupon code and get a check in the mail. Maybe you didn't know that, but you can, and it's really cool. And I make sometimes almost my teacher salary in just from stencils, just from sharing a stencil. Like I can go live tonight and do a stencil and then make several $100s just from that one live. So it's pretty powerful. And again, most people just don't know how to do it. Okay, this magically made, this is my favorite slide of the whole thing. So this magically made t-shirt, which I got on right now. I'm so excited about this. These are words that I put together. Pixie helped me as well. And then Bobby helped edit it. So it's kind of like an Easley family project here. And then the creative content prompt calendar and 12-month. This is going to help you track your stats. Okay, so it's like, welcome to your online adventure. And it's going to help you track your stats. So you'll notice it is very similar to our Paint Party headquarters one, except it's more geared towards online and it's emphasized towards emails. So this right here will come to you if you decide to be a part of Paint Party Outer Limits. Okay. All right. So if you knew how easy it was to create a free digital gift to attract buyers online and collect emails, would you? Okay. So right now, while I'm talking to you, there are emails coming. Yeah, I see it's SRMIT. I'm not sure what your name is, but I see a thumbs up. Yes. Like when I first started learning about email marketing, I had 0 emails, and then I started like collecting my emails for my paint parties. And then I started learning actually how to do email marketing and how to do free gifts and things like that. So right now, while we are talking, there's new people coming into my email list right now. So yeah, so let me know in the comments, yes, if that's you. Oh my gosh, yep. Yeah, and it's very, very cool. And if you knew how to create a viral worthy video, even if you're terrified on camera and knew how to get more people to see it, would you? Okay, so you can see there's one of my stencils, 187,000 views. All right, and that's from 2021. That video has probably been watched more than that now. But you can imagine when people watch that video, they go to buy that product. And from them buying that product, it gives me a commission. It doesn't cost the customer anything extra. So there's really, really cool things like that that you can do. So let me know in the comments, would you? Because I know a lot of y'all, we have a lot of confident people in Paint Party headquarters, which that makes me so happy. Like earlier, I asked the question, I said, are any of y'all scared to be on camera? And everybody's like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like a couple years ago in Paint Party headquarters, everybody was scared. Now y'all are like, let's do this. And I just love like seeing how your confidence has built. And yeah, Tracy says, definitely. Beverly says, yes, yes, yes. So cool. And Mary says 100%. Okay, I'm scared. Robbie says she's scared. Oh no, Robbie, we're gonna change that. Betty says yes for sure. So if you are scared on camera, just know that I've been there. I've been the most awkward of all. So just know it's not just you. But if you also knew how to overcome imposter syndrome, so you can make things happen, would you? Okay, so put in the comments yes if that's you. Stephanie says, I admit it, I'm very scared to be on camera. Oh my gosh, it's okay. You're about to see one of my earlier pictures of me on camera. It's embarrassing, but I was like so awkward. It's so okay. Okay, so then we're going to learn how to achieve these results. So my goal for this training is to show you how to create a gift in 5 minutes, a free gift in 5 minutes, come up with a viral worthy video idea, and discover the lie about imposter syndrome. Okay, I'm not afraid of the camera, just worried that what I do is not worth anybody's time. Oh, Mary, we're going to talk to that for sure. Oh my gosh, so excited to talk into that. Okay, all right. Just a very quick history. If you want to learn about my bankruptcy story, you can see that on my blog, or I have other videos where I talk about that. But I want to give you a very quick history, because a lot of times we all think that we just see people online and we think that it just happened, right? It doesn't just happen. And 2007, filed for bankruptcy, taught my very first paint party. You can see Pixie here just a minute ago. Oh my gosh, I was going live with her and she was packing art kits, and I was showing her, and you know, she's making money for gas money. Like, she's doing art kits and building art kits for gas money. And I think back to when she was like 6 and 7 and presenting them, like it just makes me so proud. So but anyway, back in 2008, after we went bankrupt, we sold over 20,000 in wooden surfboards. Totally changed my life, changed the whole trajectory. I think I said a big word. I'm gonna pat myself on that one. That one's kind of, and then started my love of entrepreneurship as a teacher. Seriously, with $22,000 salary a year at that time, I just seriously thought, like, it's got to get better. it's got to be better than this, right? And then 2012, my first online teaching experience. In the bottom left where it says yikes, that's when me and Pixie went and got matching bangs that year. We were real cute. But they cut her bangs like way too short. So she had bangs that were like up here, and it was a hilarious story for another time. But the reason I wanted to show that picture is because I was mortified. I was so terrified to be on camera, but that was the first time like that I was interviewing for a job, for an online teaching job. And I looked like I was high. Like, you would have thought I was on drugs, stoned out of my mind, which I was not, but I had no energy. Like right now, I'm talking to you, my energy is amped up 30%. And just like I teach you to do that. And so here I'm like shrinking back to do it was just awful. And 2013, quit my full-time teaching job to pursue paint parties. And then 2018, we launched Paint Party Headquarters. We started with 58 members. As you all know, you're in Paint Party Headquarters. We have over 2,200 now. And we hosted in 2019 our first ever Paint Party Business Live. Please let me know if you have been to one of our Paint Party Business Lives. And also let me know if you have been on the stage at one of our Paint Party Business Lives, because I know I have some of y'all as guest speakers and guest teachers and things like that. So let me know if you've ever been to one. It is so much fun. 2022, this year, teaching thousands of people online how to have their own paint party business, speaking at conferences all across the US, and has held 3 Paint Party Business Live conferences. In the last 2, we had one in the last 2 years ago, 2020, we had Dollywood, and then we had Stockyards this past year, and we sold both of those out. So it's kind of been crazy to see what has happened. And the reason I show you this timeline is I want you to know that this stuff doesn't happen overnight. But as I sit here talking to you tonight with my awesome t-shirt on, Am I sad? I'm just going to talk about the t-shirt a lot because I really love it. I just got it in. But as I sit here, am I regretful that I started this? Right? No, because we don't know where it's going to take us. Let's see. Stacy says, Paint Party Business Live is great. And yet Tammy has been on stage. Jamie's been to 2 of them and on stage at Dollywood. Very cool. And let's see. And then Lisa's epic moment. Oh my gosh, that was so epic. Yeah. And so anyway, so that's kind of the power of an online business. I could have never hosted 200 of y'all for Paint Party Business Live if I wouldn't have known you here, right? We wouldn't have had everybody from all over if I wouldn't have known you here. So start before you're ready, don't prepare, begin. That's by Mel Robbins, or as I say, take action through fear. And it's really important to, do things that make you scared, that make you a little uncomfortable. And if you're always doing the things that are just making you comfortable, you're never going to get anywhere. Okay, so I want to let you meet some of the people that have taken Outer Limits. And this is Amy. So Amy has a couple of stats here I want you to see. But the main thing I want you to see is she has grown her email list to 1,000+ contacts. Okay. Tammy says, I'm new to all of this, so lost. Tammy, oh my gosh. If you are new to this should all be very, very overwhelming for sure. Okay. I want everyone to take a deep breath. When I first started learning about an online business, I am telling y'all, I didn't even know, no clue how, what, when, why. All I remember is one day I was talking to, so you know how you have those people in your life that really, really influence your decisions, whether you want them to or you don't want them to. You just have those people in your life. They can say something in a way and they will never remember they said it. Does anybody have anybody like that? But then they say it in a way that sticks with you and you're like, I better re-listen to that one, right? Well, I remember years ago, and she's one of my best friends, my mother-in-law, she said something like, well, what if people stop coming to your paint parties? And I was appalled. I was like, what? Why would people stop coming to my paint parties? I was just like, that isn't even a thing. People will always come to my paint. I mean, I remember and now, actually right now in this moment, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was like they call it a God wink. Like now in this moment, I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, she said that. And then COVID hit. I got to write this down because I'm just now putting that puzzle together. Like God sent that message. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So that was years before COVID was happening. And I remember her saying what if people stop coming? And I was like, what do you mean? Why would people ever stop coming? My paint parties are awesome. I'm awesome. These are awesome. When you get in your head, you think you're the best. And then you have a paint party that tanks and you're like, oh, the worst person ever, right? We go through that up and down, up and down. And because she said that, I remember I was kind of bulled up at first, who are you? People are going to come, right? And then I started on a quest and I started searching and I started looking at things. I started doing YouTube and seeing what things are happening and learning. And all of a sudden I started learning. My first experience with online was learning from somebody who did email marketing. And she taught me how to interview artists. And you can find it still on my YouTube today. I've interviewed some very famous artists, including Akiana Kermerick twice. She's the famous Jesus painter. But I interviewed all of these great artists and I built an email list of over 5,000 people in a year's time. But they were all the fine artists. It was all for fine artists. I have this email list, but I don't know what to sell them. And I don't know what, I just didn't know what to do with it. But anyway, so fast forward and now coming into this, it's I've learned more and more and more and how my gifts and my talents can help people online. And so, so if you're confused, I want you to know that is totally okay. A lot of times we're not really sure what path we're going on. And then all of a sudden we start to kind of go and then it narrows and then it's all of a sudden oh, this is where I'm supposed to be, right? And then you start to find your place. But Amy, she found her place. She grew her email list. She has created new free gift recently that has collected 56 new emails in just 2 days. So I want you to hear that because that means she has a winning free gift right now. So she needs to make sure to keep that going. And so I just wanted to share a couple of these with you because it's so powerful. A lot of you know Jamie. And Jamie, it's, oh my gosh. So she joined Paint Party headquarters. And then like what, a month later, COVID hits. So she's got paint parties in person, scheduled. And then all of a sudden she's changing. Yeah, 13 days. It's insane. And then she's changing her course. And I remember just being in awe of Jamie going, you know what? She is pivoting, because that's what we talked about. We're like, we got to pivot. And how powerful was it that not only has she pivoted, but this year, and yes, we can give her a round of applause, she became $100,000 business in 2020. Like, Jamie, congrats. That's amazing. Like, I mean, who would have thought you could do that online? Unless we're like dancing for TikTok, right? Like, who would have thought, unless we're out there doing choreographed dance, like, who would have thought you could do that? And I am so proud of all y'all that go, okay, let me try this. And sometimes it doesn't, it doesn't happen overnight. I'm not saying sometimes it never happens overnight, but she's launched 2 successful memberships. She's offered her first in-person retreat, which is amazing. And she's grown her email list to over 2,500 contacts. So I want y'all to know that there's so much potential. And I want you to know that it can happen. It isn't just for anybody. It's just following a formula and a strategy and then persevering. It's not like, oh, it's just like that. This is not how business goes, right? This is not. It's more like this. It's more like that, right? And so when we can start to be comfortable with failure and start to know that, it kind of helps us through. Okay, so how do you feel as a leader? We're going to do a little exercise. I know y'all didn't know this, but get your notepad out. Hopefully you already have it out. Get your notes out. How do you feel as a leader? Do you feel strong? Do you feel confident? Do you feel weak? Do you feel scared? Do you feel overwhelmed? Let me know which one you feel. Oh, thank you, Jamie. You're so sweet. You did the work, girl. It's all you. You did the work. Let's see. My goal and focus is to get where Jamie is. Baby steps, but congrats to her and to all of those who have gotten to where I want to be. And that's the thing, Tracy, and all of y'all, I want you to know, is if somebody else has done it, you can do it too, right? If somebody else has done it, you can do it too. So if you want to get to $100,000 a year business and somebody else has done it, you can do it too. And that's what I want to show you. And so we have a lot of different things. We have overwhelmed but confident. Brenda is strong and nervous. Somewhat confident but a little nervous, Betty says. Confident, not in my own power, but his. Yes, definitely. God definitely has, I mean, for me, God definitely plays a huge role in this. I always say, like, yes, we can do the work, but there's a lot of stuff that has, I feel super, I mean, that message to my mother-in-law that got to me, that made me go on this whole thing. And now we're all speaking. Like, I mean, it's just, sometimes it's just divine intervention. I feel like sometimes I feel like things cannot happen without having that divine intervention. Strong leader of the known, but overwhelmed with the possibilities. Tiffany says. Janetta says confident and capable, but at times scared of judgment. I'm not afraid to fail. Failure shows me how to do something better. I'm eager. Oh, Janetta, I love that. I'm eager. That is a good quality to have in a leader, because you want to make sure that you're in a place where you never feel like, we never want to be in, and I'm telling you right now, I don't know it all. That's why I'm constantly reading, learning, going to conferences, because I know I don't know it all. But I want you to write that down, what you feel like as a leader. Now, I shared this little paragraph, and I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it with you now. This book, and I'm only halfway through it because I read like in segments. I don't know if y'all do this, but when I take a bath, like probably almost every night, if I'm not taking a shower. I do bathe every day, just so everybody knows. Overshare. But usually I'm reading some type of book. And so in the bath, like I'll read for maybe 10 or 15 minutes. And this part, okay, so for a long time, and we're just gonna be real here, for a long time, and I shared even more personal when we did our meeting and before, but for a long time I was like, why do I have this drive to want more, to do more, have this feeling in my gut? Like, I don't know if you have this sometimes, but sometimes the fire in my belly is so strong for wanting a certain like type of life or a certain type of life for Pixie in our family, right? Like, and I remember, when we were living in our 800 square foot rent house and I had art kits going all the way down the hall. Seems like it's the same. The house is just a little bigger, but the art kits are still everywhere. But you know what I mean? Like, I just had this like fire of like, I don't want car payments. I don't want to be living check to check. I don't want credit card debt. Like, I had this like passion. And I remember, there's been about 3 times in my life where, and let me know if you've ever had this feeling. But there's been about 3 times in my life where I've had this pull of like, oh my gosh, like buckle your seatbelt, something crazy is about to happen. And it wouldn't make me excited. It would make me scared because it felt like God was pulling me to the next step, or God was pulling me to this next area of my life that I was terrified to do. And I remember when I started sharing my testimony at paint parties, it was excruciatingly painful. I said another big word, pat on the back. Like, it was just so scary, but I knew that he called me to do that. And I tried to just do what I feel like he's called me to do. Well, when I read this part of the book, it changed everything for me. I went from a place of this leadership of feeling almost resentful, like, in a traditional household. I know things are changing, so please don't send me bad emails, but in a traditional household, the husband is the breadwinner, right? In a traditional sense, okay? And so I felt this like, why am I the one that wants this to not have car payments, to not have to call and worry about do you want the pizza pockets or the bread, like pick which one because we only have money for one. Like, I didn't know why I was the only one worried about that. Then I read this and it took it from resentment to this place of empowerment. So I'm going to read it to you and hopefully it'll help you. Oh, hey, Loretta. Oh, I'm glad you're on here. Good. Okay, so hopefully this will help you. So this is Ed Milet, and the book is called The Power of One More. He says, speaking of the one, I want you to realize something. Let me admit. I want you to realize something. When you see a happy or financially successful family, understand that at some point in their history, they weren't happy or successful. That is until, let me see if I can. That is until the one showed up. And the one in that family changed the family tree forever. The one can change emotions, finances, level of happiness, and the way the family thinks, among many other things. In my family, I am the one, not because I wanted it or I liked it, but because I was ready to fight for it. And because I learned the strategies it takes to be the one. My prayer for you is to become the one in your family. So I don't know about you, but once I read that, this feeling of like almost, and again, I'm human, right? This feeling of almost like resentment, or why am I the one that doesn't want a car payment? Like, why is, all of that kind of just went away. And it went to this empowered feeling. It went to not only empowered, but like stepping into ownership and realizing like, I'm a badass, like I can make things happen and we can do things if we want. And not knowing why God chose me, but instead of being resentful of that, accepting that and going, okay, let's change this family tree. Let's not come from a place of no, nothing, we can't afford that, or this can't happen, or Pixie's going to have to get student loans for college. Like, no, let's change this. So when she is an adult, her life is different, how I was grown up or how I was raised. And that's nothing to my parents or anything like that. It's just, it's a cycle, and you can break the cycle and become the one. And so, yeah, if y'all have anything to add to that, I would love to read a couple of your comments. Annabelle says, same. I can and do relate. So relate. Vicky says, oh, goosebumps. And I definitely feel like something is about to change and that I'm heading to full-time with this business. I'm terrified and sometimes immobilized with the fear of being able to pay the bills, have insurance, etc. I'm also afraid of disappointing my admins at school if I leave. Yeah, sometimes, y'all, it's okay to be working full-time while you're doing this. I actually respect it highly. You know, when you saw my timeline, I didn't quit work and then hope everything would work out. I stayed full-time teaching as I built up my paint party business. I even went part-time teaching as I was building up my paint party business and my online business. I always was very, very conservative because of the bankruptcy. So again, if you are in that state, like, keep your full-time job, then it allows you the freedom to build this without so much risk, because it's not something that takes overnight. You know, it's not something that's overnight. And I would advise you to be wise when you're watching, you know, we're late night and we're about to put on our reel, like we're going to post our reel and we're looking on Instagram or whatever. I would highly advise you to make sure that, you know, when you're seeing people out there promoting courses or whatever, use wisdom. Make sure that they have done what they say they've done. I remember one time paying something to learn from an Instagram person. I think I paid $97 for this thing that was going to help grow my Instagram in like 24 hours. And I was like, well, 24 hours, let's see what happens. Paid her. And then I went and did my research. Well, I lost like 2 followers in the process. I didn't grow any. I lost followers. And when I went to go look at her Instagram, I was like, she doesn't really have a big Instagram. Why am I even learning from her? So make sure you're learning from people that are actually doing what they're saying, like walking the walk, talking the talk. I have grown an email list now to over 140,000 people. So when I tell you that I can teach you how to build an email list, I ain't lying, because I do it every day. Right now, there are emails coming in while I talk to you. So, so how to come up with a free gift. We're going to learn a little bit right now and how to come up with a free gift. So what are you good at? Okay, I want you to write this down. And Tammy says, life changed when I embraced being the one. Oh, and it hasn't been all that long ago, but my family is embracing it too. It's powerful. Oh, that's gonna give me tears, Tammy. Don't make me cry, because I know a lot of your story. And I just, man, I'm telling you, when I read that too, it changed so many things about my perspective. My situation was the same, but my perspective changed, and that changes your world. Okay, so what are you good at? Okay, so are you good at painting? Most of you are, or we wouldn't be here. You're trying to be good at painting, right? You're learning. Are you good at encouraging? Are you good at caregiving? Are you good at watercolor? What are you good at? So I want you to just write that down. So take a piece of paper, do a little T, and we're going to just take a couple of seconds to do this. Oh, yoga and art. Loretta, how cool. Okay, so go ahead. Everybody start typing and writing. So if you want to type what you're good at, Tiffany says, gave up a marketing career 20 years ago to raise and homeschool our kids. Husband retires in 3 years, and I feel like it's my turn to start building something fun and sustainable that will allow me to use my art talent to bless others while supplementing his retirement. Have failed with home businesses many times over the years, hopeful that this is finally God's plan for me. Okay, Tiffany, I want to say, first off, mad respect for homeschooling. Like, oh my gosh, me and Pixie tried to do a math problem together and we almost murdered each other. Like, not okay. And I'm a teacher, so I could not homeschool her to save my life. So mad respect for that. And I also want to speak to the fact, okay, let's just be real honest. Anybody in here ever do Mary Kay? Hand up. Anybody in here ever try Young Living? I still order every single month. I turn on my diffuser every night. Anybody ever try to sell CBD oils? Done it? Been there? Okay. Anytime you have started a business and it's failed, don't look at it like that. Look at it as something you've learned. And I want you to seriously let that, whatever feeling you have for that, I'm talking to all of y'all. A lot of us carry shame with that. Well, I've had a business, I've tried a business and I failed. Y'all, you're going to do this and there's going to be times when you fail. Seriously, I was in the shower the other night and I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I need to do. And I jumped out of the shower frantically and then wrote it down and then immediately went upstairs and tweaked something that I was working on. This was like just a few days ago. I mean, I'm telling you, you're going to start this and there will be things you fail at. It is part of it. But you have to let past business failures go or you can never move forward. You have to. You're going to have things that happen during the 6 weeks that make you feel like you have failed. Well, guess what? That means you're trying. And most of the world, I talked about this the other day, most of the world is on autopilot. And I know it's sad, and I hate to even say it, and I had this conversation with Pixie the other day, but most of the world is on autopilot. So if you're just even trying, you're already a step ahead. I'm telling you. If you're even trying, you're already a step ahead. So the other little secret with this is if you're coming up with a free gift, what do people need help with? So yes, you can be the best painter in the world, but if you're just like, I'm painting and la, 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 look at me, but you're not helping anybody, nobody's going to care. Because at the end of the day, yes, people are interested to follow people or watch people, but really people are looking for somebody to help them. So what do people need help with? So let's go ahead and put in the comments. What do people need help with? Oh, and we got some people that, okay, I'm not the only one that admitted to Mary Kay and a Young Living and a CBD wall. Thank you. I knew I wasn't the only one. So we can all forgive ourselves for our past business failures and move forward. There still can be success. I promise you. And yes, definitely. I know Connie's done Cincy. We've had Color Street Nails. Yes, we all have had those things. And Betty has done tumbler cups, t-shirts, and woodworking, and she does them now. And there's things that we're going to have highs and lows of. And oh my gosh, Lisa, she keeps a sticky pad and pins in the bathroom too. Anybody else do that? I keep them everywhere. I keep right there by my sink and right where, like, I brush my teeth. I have a pad of paper and notes, and I also have them by my bedside, and then I have them in the kitchen because you just never know. When you put them on your phone, sometimes they get lost. Okay, so yes, we have lots of y'all. And so people need help with belief and to just try. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh my gosh, I say that all the time. Like, I just go in and break stuff and then we fix it, right? Like, just make it happen. I mean, we launched earlier today. We didn't even have t-shirt size on. And I want to show you all my t-shirt again because I just love it, right? Like, you know, we launched today and we didn't even have the selection where you can pick the t-shirt because we didn't have it totally fixed. And does it mean the end of the world? No, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's going to be okay. And we got it fixed. Annabelle, why do the best ideas come in the shower? I have no idea, but they do. I'm telling you, they do. All problems are solved in the shower. I don't know why. People need help with mental and physical health. Yes, yes. So what I want you to remember is I want you to know what you're good at and what people need help with. Okay? When you marry those two together, that is how you can come up with a free gift. So in my case, I teach people how to make money teaching paint parties. In order to get lovely customers like yourself, you probably found me through a free gift. And I would love to know in the comments. Let me know how you found me. If it was through Facebook, if it was through a free gift, and let me know how you found me in the comments. Because more times than not, it was something to do with emails. It was something to do with emails. And a lot of those emails is because you possibly watched me on Facebook, or Facebook had, saw that you like stuff like that. And then you signed up for something that I had as a freebie, and just kind of think back to when that was. And it was probably through a free gift. Yeah. YouTube, Facebook, a free tracer, free sunflower painting, a $10 paint party online. Yeah. So all of that you see, that's how you found me. That's what I teach you in Outer Limits, so that you can find your customers, so that you can have an online business. Okay, so how to create, let me see here, a viral worthy video, even if you're terrified to be on camera. So this is really, and again, I want you to not compare your chapter 1 to chapter 20. So somebody else's chapter 20. So right now, can everybody pinky promise? Just put in the chat, pinky promise. Or you can put, pinky promise in the chat, or do this so I know you're listening. Yes, by collaboration. So Stacy found me through Christy. And guess what? I teach y'all through collaboration as well. Oh my gosh. And through my old neighbor, Jen found me through one of her old neighbors, which is one of my dear friends, Sasha. That is so awesome. Me and Sasha actually took the first course online I ever took that was a year long. I paid $527 a month for an entire year. Do you think I had $527 a month? Nope, but I taught as many paint parties as humanly possible because I wanted to take that course and learn about that. So anyway, that's where I met Sasha. So that's so cool that you met through there. And we got everybody pinky promising. Very cool. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to a couple of awesome superstars here. Okay, so Julie is a part of our team and a huge part of Paint Party headquarters and everything. I just love her so much. If you have benefited from the cash cow, just put a yes in the comments. And I was saying this earlier, I feel like we need to have just a Venmo tip jar for Julie, because I think almost everybody, I'm telling you, I think almost everybody has benefited from Julie's cash cow. So if y'all want to just, PayPal her a few bucks or whatever for her contribution of the amazing painting she sent. Every time I open up Paint Party headquarters, it's the cash cow. It is insane how, like, every year we have a winning painting. Last year, it seemed like it was the Old Holy Night. It seemed like that one just kept, hitting every time. This year, I feel like it's the cash cow by far. And my family is actually tracing canvases, about 70 canvases for that cash cow that's coming up. So, and packing almost 200 cash cow kits. So Julie is just amazing. We love her so, so much. And here she took Outer Limits last year. So she has her Facebook reach has grown to almost 500,000 followers, which is insane. Her Instagram reach has grown to almost 40,000 followers. This is her reach, up over 200% since last year. And the thing I love so much about Julie, and if you have met her in person, you know this about her, she just exudes like God's light. That's how, I don't know how to say it better than that. Like, as I talk about her, I want to tear up. Like, there is something magical about this woman. And not only is she so giving to me and my family and to all of you in Paint Party headquarters, and she gives, like, she uses her business as a mission, and she donates her time to veterans group, to women's recovery programs. And she also has donated 100 ornament art kits to homeless children in her area. And so I'm just so proud of you. Like, it's just, there's like just some people that just, I don't know. It's just been amazing to see what you do. And she's launched a Bible journaling. So she has grown her email list to do a Bible journaling membership. And so she has 24 members, and she just launched this summer. So congrats. Amazing. And of course, we all know, if you hadn't known her before, you know her now from the cash cow. So you probably don't want to be known as the Julie the cash cow queen. Like, that's, I don't know if that's like an endearing term, but definitely just such an awesome person, and definitely give her a round of applause. And just really powerful how I've just like been able to watch her kind of grow her business too. It's been really, really cool to see her use her talents and do that online. And Cheryl, so she owns Tinker's Cart Art. And Cheryl is amazing. As you can see, just even on her hat, how like beautiful, she has art everywhere. And I want you to notice her email list. Okay. So again, social media is great and it's amazing. And obviously, I'm going to teach you how to take your free gift and blast them all over social media. But I want you to see, she has grown her email list over 3,200 contacts. Now, if you went to Paint Party Business Live last year, you saw 200 people in person and we were packed. Think about 3,200 people. So a lot of times we can just throw out numbers and not think of them as real people. We think of them as emails. Those are real people that have raised her hand and said, Cheryl, you're cool. I want to know more about you, right? So you got to remember that your email system, the way you build your emails, that is the foundation to your business. I can be thrown in Facebook jail tomorrow, but I can email you right now and give you a Zoom link, and here we are, right? It's the foundation of your business. She's launched 2 successful memberships. She's reached over 5,500 Facebook followers, 800 Instagram followers, and 1,300 YouTube subscribers. Okay, if you have not ever done YouTube, it is like being in mud until you get to 1,000 subscribers. It is like treading, like you're in, it's just crazy. Once you get to 1,000, it starts to seem to get easier and better. But so for her to already hit 1,300 YouTube, very, very big, mad respect, very cool. Okay, so how to create a viral worthy video. Make it about them. What do people need help with? We talked about this. Remember, we're going to do a Q&A. You're going to be able to ask your questions. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I want to know more about this, don't worry. I'm an open book. Viral versus consistency. What is on trend? Okay, we are creatives. We're artists. What is on trend? What can we make happen so that people want to watch it? The recipe for success. Teach, inspire. I learned that from Dave Ramsey. Always teach, but always inspire as you're teaching. Then I threw in again, teach. Because people want to learn, right? I can inspire you all day, but if I don't ever teach you anything, it's not going to help you. So teach, inspire, and teach. All right. And then after you create this free gift in Paint Party Outer Limits, we teach you the power of Facebook ads, how to take your free gift to the next level. So the reason why I'm having hundreds of new emails happening every day while I'm sitting here talking to you is the power of Facebook ads. You figure out a free gift that works, you go take a shower, a magical thing happens in your brain and you realize what you got to tweak. You jump out of the shower frantically, you tweak what you needed to tweak, then you run Facebook ads to it. So that's how you make this work. It's really, really cool. Okay, I want you to meet Lisa. Oh my gosh, if you were at Paint Party Business Live, Lisa had us all just in so much laughter and joy. And she has grown her email list over 400 contacts. She's launched her first membership. Her motto is holla joy every day. And I cannot say it as cool as her. She just says it way cooler. And she's all about serving joy, Jesus first, others second, but don't forget about yourself, which I love her motto. And here's the thing. If you think like, I can't do this because, like whatever it is, whatever excuse it is, right? This woman did not have Wi-Fi. So she legit drove her car to where there was Wi-Fi. And then she was in her car and then did her stuff in her car, like went live from her car. I mean, I remember talking to her at the diverse woodworking retreat and just being like, wait, I didn't know you were in your car. Like, tell me more about this story. This is insane. So I think sometimes we put these obstacles in front of us when you got somebody like Lisa who puts on her red sunglasses and runs to a place where there's Wi-Fi and just gets it done. She doesn't have excuses. She just gets it done. And I love that so much. And I put this picture in here with Julie and her because a lot of times I'm not promising you, Paint Party Headquarters or Paint Party Outer Limits will give you friends. I'm never promising that. However, what I have learned is what you put in is what you get out. And a lot of you have become really close. And Julie and Lisa, I know they have a whole little group that's really close. And I'm sure y'all can do shout outs to each other in the chat. But I just love seeing that, you take this and then it ends up going into these friendships. The course I took years ago that allowed me to bring Paint Party Headquarters to you. It was a huge investment for my family. And I have 8 best friends out of that course that I literally talk to daily. I was on FaceTime with one of them an hour ago, right? Because of that course. It doesn't matter if I didn't make any money. Like, I have that group of girls that I will be old and gray and still talking about stupid crap. I just know we will, because it's just what it is. So again, I think it's what you put out, like what you put in is what you get out of it. Okay, so I'm not, but here's the thing, how to overcome imposter syndrome. I'm not the best artist, but I don't have an art degree. Who am I to teach others? Okay. And yeah, Lisa is full of joy for sure. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of Lisa fans in here for sure. And Loretta says, I've seen her go live from her car several times. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So cool. It's the lobby ladies. I love that. And so let me know if you ever suffered, like just put a yes if you've ever suffered from imposter syndrome. Okay, just put a yes. I want to see if this is you. Sandy says, people don't know what I don't know, and I don't tell them, LOL. Oh my gosh. So all of us, right? Y'all, I'm telling you, it does not matter what level of success you have had or will have or soon to be had. There will be those moments when you're like, who the hell do I think I am that I should be doing this, right? There will be those moments when we're like, we just have them. We all have them. So I want you to know that there is always going to be a better artist than you. Okay. I'm not the best artist. There's always going to be somebody who has a higher degree. Guess what? My degree is not even in art. I have an associate's in art. That means I took a few classes. That does not mean I have an intense art knowledge. I use the words blob very seriously. Okay. We're going to have those moments in life where we feel like we're not good enough. But I promise you, every one of you have something, some kind of talent, some kind of energy, some kind of gift that God has given you that maybe people don't like the way I teach, but they love the way somebody else teaches, right? Like, not everybody is going to relate to me. Not everybody's going to look at me and go, oh, I want to learn from her. But they may look at Jamie. They may look at Julie. They may look at Sally. They may look at Addie. They may look at Amanda and go, oh my gosh, this is my person, right? People who have found Lisa, they want to hang out with Lisa, whether she's in her car or not. I told her, I was like, even though you got good Wi-Fi, like, you should definitely like have the car series, keep going, like keep it going, you know? So remember that there's always going to be somebody that's better than you at stuff. But does that mean that we don't do it? No, it does not mean we don't do it. Sandy says, I became a full-time high school art teacher at 65 and was scared to death. I've learned that if you want to learn how to do something, just teach. Oh, Sandy, and as I'm in my 40s, I'm 43 now. 65 seems really young. Seems like you still have plenty of years. I mean, decades. My grandma's 94, like 65, 75, 85, 95. Like, you got 3+ decades of doing whatever you want, creating this cool life of whatever you want. Mary, and I want to be Heidi when I grow up. I don't know. I still got a lot of stuff to work out. I'm still learning a lot. I don't know. This is a crazy train. You might not want to be over here. No, but I'm just saying there's so many different people and different gifts we have. And it's so important that we don't dim our light because we think somebody else is out there shining theirs. Okay. So how to overcome it. Now, this is just a kind of a cheesy way. And I want you to write this down because if you don't believe it now, maybe you will later. And I want you to write it down. And I'm going to write it down while you are, so I can just see how long it takes. But if you don't believe this right now, it is okay. All right. You may be in a place in your life where you're like, I'm not unique. I'm not worthy. Oh my gosh. There were some times in my life where I totally felt not worthy of anything. Like, now, I will reward myself with a pair of cowboy boots. I did a paint party And that was, remember, my goal was to pay for a cruise and a paint party. Well, guess what? The cruise is booked and the boots are bought because I did the paint parties and I made the money. So I hit my goals and I bought them. But in the past, I wouldn't have. In the past, I wouldn't have been worthy enough to receive that. I would have been in this place of, maybe I need to go buy Pixie that, or maybe I need to do that for Bobby instead. But now I know I'm worthy of things. I know I'm worthy of working hard and receiving a reward. I know I'm worthy of whatever God has for me. So I know right now that you could be kind of, you could kind of feel like maybe, this is cheesy to write down, but just humor me if you don't mind. So write, I am unique. And just a little snippet / tip. Obviously, Paint Party Outer Limits, we give you all of the details you need to know to make this happen, including the tech stuff that you need, like teaching you the tech. But I'd say 80+% of being the leader person in your business and making your business / company happen is happening in this part. Knowing you're unique, knowing you're worthy, knowing you have a purpose, knowing you're a child of God, knowing that you can do this. I'm telling you, if you get to all the strategy parts, but then you don't feel like you can go and do your videos or offer your stuff because you're not this, I'm telling you, a lot of, it's like I always say, when you build a business, or, I used to call my business a business. Then I said, nope, it's going to be a company. And so I started way before it was ever considered a company. I started calling it a company because I had these big, crazy, grand dreams, and I still have these big, crazy, grand dreams. And so I started, every time I called it a business, I stopped myself and I said, oh no, the company, for the company. And I would start using those words, and it starts putting this different feeling, like, I'm running a company. People are depending on a paycheck. I got to show up. I can't just, halfway do something. So if you're in that part where you don't believe this yet, because building a business, or in my case, a company, in your case, a company, building your mindset in order to be the person you need to be to have this happen is so much self-development. More self-development than you think you are ever going to have to do. I'm telling you, you can't build your business / company and not also change as a person for the better, right? And so I want you to start believing this. And even if you don't believe it, I want you to write it down, and just for 2 weeks. I'm not asking you to do this for a lifetime, but just put it somewhere where you will see it for 2 weeks and just say it. And if you're like one of those people and you're like, this is the cheesiest crap I've ever heard, I still want you to be like, I am unique, I am worthy, I have a purpose, and I am a child of God. Like, I want you to say it while you're laughing. Heidi said for me to do this, and this is the stupidest crap. I'm unique, I am worthy, I have a purpose, I am a child of God. And I promise you, after a few weeks of doing that, you're going to be like, I am unique, I am worthy, I do have a purpose, and I'm a child of God. So it's going to kind of change. And I think that's kind of the power of really like stepping into this role of leadership. Okay, so Tammy earlier on the comments talked about how she stepped into being the one and how it has changed her family. Don't worry, in just a minute, we're going to do questions. And I can't believe how many people are in the chat. This is insane. But thank you so much for just being here. Like, I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited to share this stuff with you. And Tammy, oh my gosh, I've gotten to know her really well. She has used her free gifts to grow her email list tenfold. And she has taught over 300 paid online classes. These aren't free Facebook Live she's done. She's done over 300 Y'all, 300 paid online classes. She works as an ambassador and affiliate for several companies, creating multiple revenue streams. That's what I want for y'all. I don't want you to only have one way you're making money, because guess what? We all were doing just paint parties. Then paint parties in person totally shut down. Who would have ever in our wildest dreams thought that would have happened? But we pivoted, we picked ourselves back up, and we kept moving forward. So how could we always make sure that we are recession proof? We are making our own economy. You make your own economy by building your own email list. She volunteers times to design ornaments and raise funds for programs for adults with special needs. And so she has a big passion for that. And I loved it. I mean, I just saw the ornament recently, and she, she shares openly about her son and just all the cool stuff she's doing for that. So she's another person that not only is using the gifts God has given her, but she's also sharing them with other people. And then she also said this other little part when I was asking her about her stats. She said, yeah, she had like this magic wand, and she said, get shit done with grit, grace, and gratitude. And I was like, can I please say that? Can I please say it? Because she was like, not sure. But I was like, oh, I want to say that. Like, I think it's important to know that we still got to get it done. Like, you still got to get it done. And y'all, I'm a little bit of a potty mouth. I'm just going to tell y'all, like, I try to not say bad words, and I really like, oh my gosh. And Julie inspires me to read Proverbs like all the time, because I'm like, anytime my potty mouth is getting to me, I go back to Proverbs, and it's like, it tells you, and then I clean it up, and then I do good, and then it gets back again. So I always go back to Proverbs, but it's true. Like, get it done, like there's a lot of times when we can have things happen, but we still got to get it done. Meet Susan. Okay, so Susan, oh my gosh, I love Susan. So she has launched three successful memberships, but here is the part I really want you to see, okay? She has grown her email list to 1,400 people, but here is the coolest part. 50% open rate. Now, for any of you that know anything about email marketing, it's usually 30% is awesome, 20% is average, 20% open rates are average, 50% is unheard of. It's amazing. As your, oh, Sandy has a glass of wine. Man, I should have brought my wine. And as you are growing your email list, the open rates will go down. That's part of it. That's normal, and that's okay. So when you have, tens of thousands of people on your email list, which you will as you continue to grow it, your open rate will go down. But what I love about this is she's at a 50% open rate. So guess what? If she wants to sell some kits, she can send an email, sell some kits. If all of a sudden Susan's like, I really want to, do something cool for my boys, or, buy something really cool for them for Christmas, guess what? She has an email list of not 1,400 emails, 1,400 people. They have raised their hand and said, Susan, I like you. I want to know what you do. And she can send them something really cool and create income for her family. She's reached 7,000 Facebook followers and 2,000 Instagram followers. How many of y'all on here would like to have 1,400 people on your email list? Right? I remember when I had 0. Like, I didn't even know what an email list was or why. Yeah, Stephanie says me. Cherie says me. Yes, for sure. Tracy, me. Yep. Marcia, me. Loretta, 500 plus. Congrats. That's 500 people, Loretta, that have said, hey, you're kind of cool. I want to know more about you, right? Marion says, absolutely. Alicia said, yeah, me, but high five. High five. Yeah, Jamie says, IG is tough to build, so 1,400 is amazing, for sure. So very cool. I'm so happy for her. And I want to read you this quote that was shared with me by somebody in Paint Party headquarters, and I'm so thankful for it because I use it often. Brendan Burchard says, stress is self-created. And then one day I decided that hurry and stress were no longer going to be a part of my life. Stress is self-created. I decided to stop manufacturing it. We can choose an internal calm and joy, even amid the chaos. Okay, so last Christmas, we had a bunch of Bobby's family here. Anybody ever buy those snowballs they got going on now? The little like snowballs that you can throw in the house. Anybody buy those before? Okay, you should totally buy them. Okay, so if you have not bought them, just go on Amazon. It's like a bucket of snowballs or wherever they sell them. Anyway, they're like these, they have like a good texture. And y'all know I love some snow tex. I'm all about the texture. Well, last year for Christmas, we got those snowballs out and we were about to do like a gift, like a Secret Santa type gift exchange where we steal each other's gifts. Because we're that way in our family. Nobody's getting what they want because we're going to steal it from each other and we're going to battle it out. It doesn't matter if grandma wants it. Like we go hardcore. Anyway, we got those out. Oh, Stacy just saw them at Walmart. Yeah, Tracy said she had them last year. Okay, so here we are. We get them out. Y'all, 20 minutes goes by and we are seriously just throwing these snowballs. And I remember there was a moment when I just stopped and I looked and there was like all of our family and everybody was just laughing and chunking these snowballs. And it was almost like a slow-mo. Have you ever had those moments in time when you're almost like you're in the moment, but you take a step back just to watch the moment? I don't know if you've ever had those times before, but I just took a step back and just watched. After I pelted Pixie a few times in the head, I just took a step back and I watched and I thought, how fun is this? Like, how cool is that? And so it reminds me of this, like we can have this stress, craziness, or we can just have this joy, even in the midst of chaos. So there was this moment of chaos in my house. It was all fun chaos, but it was still a chaotic moment. But there was this moment where I could stop and just still calm myself in that moment. So I want you to remember that as you're building your companies. If you knew that you could come up with these 3 things, how to create a free gift in 5 minutes, how to come up with a viral worthy video and get more people to see it. That's the thing. Have a cool free gift, but if you can't get anybody else to see it but 12 people, you're never going to grow. And how to overcome imposter syndrome, would you? Tammy says, best memories from stepping back. Can we all like make a promise this Christmas, wherever we're at, like find one of those moments and capture it? Like just take a step back and capture it. I think it just does our soul good. It just does our soul good when we can have those moments. And Stephanie says, I promise I'm going to write that on a sticky note. Yes, please promise y'all will take a moment to really like, I don't care if it's in your paint party, if it's a whatever, just have that moment during this holiday season. And so would you? Okay, so we busted these myths. I can't create a free gift, BS. You can. I can't come up with a viral worthy video. I call BS. You can. I can't overcome imposter syndrome. I call BS. You can. We all have imposter syndrome. We all have that. We can overcome that. Okay, so paint party outer limits. Okay, this is what we are talking about. Now, I'm going to go over just a couple of things that it includes, and then we're going to put the grid back where I can see everybody's face, and then I'm going to let you ask me questions, and I will rapid fire until my face falls off. Sound good? So Paint Party Outer Limits is a 6-week course. We do it once a year. It is taught live. And actually the modules are pre-recorded, but it's taught where I'm interacting the entire 6 weeks. And for any of y'all that are alumni, let me know if you're alumni, because here is the coolest part about alumni. And when you purchase Paint Party Outer Limits for the first time, you get a $400 discount just by being in Paint Party headquarters, okay? Then when you're an alumni, you get even a steeper discount. And here is the thing I want you to know. Oh my gosh, we have all of these alumni here. So all of these alumni, we have Janetta, we have Marcia, Connie, Tammy, Cherie, another Tammy, Okay, here's the thing. We have re-recorded all of the modules and we have listened to the things you have said that you like, that you don't like, and we're making everything easier to consume and easier to learn. So, and everything's re-recorded, so everything is fresh, new, up to date, because guess what I did this past year? I didn't just sit around, y'all. I was learning. I was learning more. Guess where that learning goes to? You. So I'm just so excited. We're so proud of it. And so here's what you're going to learn in this 6-week course. Module 1, how to create a free gift that brings emails your way. Learn how to create an upsell for your free gift. Okay. So just like whenever there's a free gift, guess what we have on the back end of our free gifts? An upsell. Guess what we have on the back end of when you sign up for Paint Party Outer Limits? An upsell. That's what I teach you. So why wouldn't I do it myself? So make sure you listen for that upsell because it's a good one. Alexa, no, I don't know what she wants to buy the upsell. Okay. And module 3, learn how to build and communicate to your email list. I love that Sandy gets my jokes. Thank you, Sandy. Sometimes when you're presenting, and then nobody laughs or you say something, it gets awkward. And then there's like that 1 or 2 people that get your humor, and you're like, yes, I'm not alone. Module 4, learn how to create videos to build a strong brand and following. Okay, we can do videos all day long, but if we're not doing it for a purpose, it doesn't matter. And module 5, learn how to create Facebook ads to scale your business. Okay. Now, again, I used to be a one-woman show. Okay. How many of you right now just put yes if you are a one-woman show, right? Or a one-man show. I know we have guys in here too. I was a one-woman show for many, many years. And Tammy says 1.5. Many years, a one-woman show. I was doing my own Facebook ads. I was doing everything myself. Eventually, you realize, oh my gosh, like I can hire a VA, which is a virtual assistant, or I can hire this, and you start to build. But it doesn't happen overnight. So I am so grateful enough. I have a Facebook angel, and her name is Gretchen, and I pay her a very, very nice amount to do my Facebook ads for me. However, I know at the beginning of this, it's hard to try to hire somebody to do Facebook ads and then pay for Facebook ads. So when I was doing Facebook ads myself, I was doing $5 a day, $150 a month. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I was trying, and I knew that growing would help more people see me, and then I could help more people, right? But I knew the power of that. So in this course, you're getting 2 Facebook ads, and these are 2 Facebook ads that Gretchen literally filmed to show me, and then I refilmed them for you. So this is fresh information with those Facebook ads. So even if the other stuff you don't want to learn, just that alone is worth the course. And then module 6, affiliate talk. Okay. Let me know in the comments if you have already started this affiliate game. If you sell stencils, I know some of y'all already, and I know some of the amount of money you're making already from that. I don't want to disclose that because that hasn't been information that you've said I could disclose. But I'm just saying that I myself have made paychecks that are bigger than my teacher's salary just by saying, hey, buy this stencil. It's crazy. So even if you're nervous about selling your own stuff, you can sell somebody else's. You can sell somebody else's stencils. You can do something else, but you got to have a customer base, right? You got to have emails. You got to have that in there. And we also have a bunch of bonuses. So I just recently, yeah, Jamie says affiliate sales literally changed my whole world. Yes. Tammy says affiliate for several. Marcia hasn't started yet. Well, guess what, Marcia? Most of the world has no idea what affiliate sales even means. So you are ahead of the game. My brothers and my sister, no clue what an affiliate sale means. Have no idea. And that's where I make probably a quarter of my income is affiliate sales. And Sheree says started but tiny. Guess what, Sheree? It's going to grow. It's going to grow. Loretta says, I did Amazon for a while, hoping to get back on. Just been dragging my feet. That's okay, y'all. It's okay wherever you're at. And we have over $1,000 in bonuses included in this course. And I just now on Monday recorded our Pinterest bonus. Okay, so Carrie Ann is like a Pinterest queen. She makes a ton of money off of Pinterest. So if you did not know that you can make money off of Pinterest, well, in this course, you're going to learn 4 ways to make money just from Pinterest. So if you're like, I'm nervous, Pinterest, you just pin stuff and you make money. It's insane. And so that right there is 4 ways. And we talk about how to get on Pinterest TV, which I've been on there 5 times, which me and Karianne were talking about it. We were like, it's just cool to say, like, I've been on Pinterest TV. Like, how fun is that? So we talk about how you can get on Pinterest TV, how to get approved, all of those great things. And Funnel Fun, $200 value. I actually would say that is way more than a $200 value because of just the amount of knowledge and investment I have put in myself, and money and time of what I'm going to teach you with that. And how to tell your story from a place of healed and not wounded. That is so important, y'all. And we have a whole storytelling thing on that. Facebook monetization, email sequence bonus, how to create a custom audience in Facebook with the emails you are getting from your free gift that I'm teaching you how to do, how to use StreamYard to stream to multiple platforms, how and why to create a Facebook group, using Trello to organize your business, online business etiquette, and more. So just the bonuses alone is worth over $1,000. And this year, so any of you have taken it before, you will really appreciate this. Yeah, Faye, Pinterest TV, it's really cool. It's really fun. It does a countdown, so it's kind of scary at first because it's like 5, 4, it's like you're live, and then all of a sudden you're like, ah, and then you push the button. It's a little crazy, but it's fun. But here's the thing we're doing with the bonuses this year. They're all going to be kind of in their own separate section. So the main trainings will drop on Mondays. And so then they're not confusing, because I think what has been happening and the feedback I've gotten from some of the alumni is, because I really like to listen and hear what you like, what you don't like, is that, yes, we're giving you a lot, but we're doing a better job this year because it's our team, right? We over deliver. We don't just do this, like we go like 10 steps above, because that's how we are, right? Like we over deliver. We get the shirt overnighted just so I can show you, because we want to over deliver, right? We go get it printed really expensive just so we can have the one printed so we can show you before we order in bulk. And we want to over deliver for you. But what we're doing differently this year, and I'm hoping especially those alumni that can appreciate this because you've taken it before. We're dropping the main module on Mondays, but then the bonuses and stuff is going to be in a separate housed place, almost like a library. So when you need to know that part, you can go to it. So you're not so overwhelmed, so that we can keep you laser focused on getting your free gift, tweaking your free gift, because at the end of the day, you don't really need a lot of free gifts. I've built a zillion free gifts in my time, right? But what I have learned, especially this last year, is I only need 1 or 2 really great free gifts. And then I need to tweak them and tweak them and tweak them. And then tweak my upsell, and then tweak it again, and then tweak it again. And then once it works, we throw gasoline on it. And we make that go crazy. That's how we're able to get hundreds of new emails a day. Now, because it works, it's just a matter of budget. If I want 1,000 new emails a day, I just up my budget. And so that is the power of what can happen. And so a lot of times people think, well, nobody knows who I am. Well, start putting stuff out. People will know who you are, and get that free gift going. And so again, I want to just remind you, when you're taking a course like this, when you're going to a conference, when you're learning something new, don't put pressure that you got to know every single thing that I have brought to this course. I want you to go in with it thinking, I'm going to find 1 or 2 big things that are going to be my takeaways that can change the direction of my business. So y'all know I love ClickFunnels, and I've been to several of their conferences, and I'm going again this year. And ClickFunnels, it's 4 straight days, 12 plus hours a day. If you think Paint Party Business Live was a tight schedule, you have no idea. This is like you wake up and then 4 straight days. Usually I'm up all night because I can't even stop because I'm just like so wired with all the new ideas. But I can't take all of those new ideas. So I focus on 1 or 2 main things that I'm going to move forward. And those 1 or 2 main things have changed our business, even in the last 3 months, just from learning what I learned in September. What's it, October, November, December? Yeah, it's insane. It's insane what you can learn in a short amount of time, and you take 1 or 2 big things and it can change it. All right, so we're about to do Q&A. And so get your questions ready because we're actually going to do the grid so we can have you ask the questions. And Julie's going to be helping me find you. We're going to unmute you so you can ask the question. And then I want to let y'all know how much it costs. So again, Paint Party Outer Limits is only offered once a year, okay? I know that some of y'all are like, I've never taken a course like this. I'm still confused. That's okay. Like I said, most of the world is confused. Most of the world does not know what this is about. But if you put in the time and learn it, you're going to be way ahead of everyone else. So when I launched this to the public, it's $9.97. Now, if you need a payment plan, you can do it. It's a 3 payment plan, so it's a little bit more. And if you want to do a payment plan, but you can. Now, the cool part about this is we are doing 2 big, besides the extra bonuses of all the learning, we're doing 2 bonuses that's in the United States. If you're not in the United States, I am so sorry. But if you're in the United States, you're going to get this. We're going to ship these out. This shirt, which I am in love with, that we made the words for. And I love how, and Sylvia, our awesome graphic artist, she's also in Paint Party headquarters. And I love how she made the "you're made perfectly." I don't know if y'all noticed that, but she made the words where it's "you're magically made, overly optimistic, and perfectly placed." And I thought those, I was writing out some words, and I wrote that down because I feel like we are overly optimistic. Like we see this future that none of our family or friends understand. Right? Like we're like, no, but this is so cool. But nobody else understands. And then how she put "you're made perfectly." I thought that was so cool because I know we're all artists and we're creatives. And sometimes we feel like our brain is just wired weird. But I want you to know that it's not. It's wired perfectly. And so we wanted to give you as a, kind of like a gift for joining the course. Again, this is a 6-week course. And we wanted to give you this book so you could track your stats the whole year. There's so much power in tracking because you can see your growth. And then also a shirt so we can feel like we're, part of a club. I don't know. I like it. Okay, real quick. And then we're about to answer questions. Amanda says, I've learned so much, so grateful for the whole course and the amazing people I've met. And this is from some of the people that took it last year. I just wanted to show you that there are real results and there are real people that have taken this. So when we first launched it, I didn't have any. I was just like, this is what we have, and hopefully it's something good. But now we know that this is something that helps people. And Chris says, I saw substantial growth in every aspect of my business, from likes, followers, email contacts, and sales. Thank you so much. I love that. And a couple more. Teresa says it was hard to pinpoint one thing, so I will say it was you. I love Teresa. I love you so much. That's so sweet. And just all the different stuff, the landing pages, the free gifts, the email sequence. And the best part was having you for questions, clarifications, and tech help. Thank you so much for walking us through this course. And Cher, I love her. She said it was an amazing experience and I can't wait to do it again because I know it's going to get better and better. And it really is, y'all. It really has gotten better this year. So for all of y'all alumni that have come back, just know that we've put the bar up again. It's always going to go up. And Anna says, so different. This definitely helps me get started with that because she wasn't even keeping emails yet. And Karen says, I loved everything about it. Amy says, love the way you teach and the collaborations. Very cool. Okay, so remember again, and you're going to learn how to create a free gift that brings new customers your way. You're going to create. So if you're like, this is a lot, just take a breath. This is what you're going to learn. How to create a free gift that brings emails, which is new customers your way. You're going to create how to create an upsell on that free gift that helps cover your ad spend. Then you're going to create how to build the ads that attract more customers, plus a whole bunch of other cool stuff. All right. Okay, so let's answer some questions. I am so excited. And so Tony, if you join, you have access for a year. So this course, you have access for 1 year, okay? So I don't say more than a year because again, first off, marketing changes. Like there's stuff I've learned this year that I'm going to be sharing during this time. All right, so Julie, I'm going to unmute you. And if you want to kind of help me get the questions, then I'll try to find them and we'll put people on the screen.
Okay, well, Alicia asked a quick question. She said, will the classes be at night or the day?
Alicia, where are you at? Let's find you. Da-da-da.
Hi, I'm here.
Yay! Okay, wave your hand so I can see you.
I don't have that turned on.
Oh, okay. So maybe
Sorry about that.
You're just waving with the thing on. That's fine. Okay, Alicia, what was your question again?
Will the classes be at night or during the day? I work a lot. So like I'd signed up for this a couple years ago and I came down with COVID and didn't get to do the classes. And so I'm like, for me, it's tax season and I'm a CPA. So I'm trying to figure out whether I can do this or not.
Yes. Okay. So first off, I totally get it. With working full time, it's really hard. Because our time is, of course, used during the day, especially if you're a CPA. The great thing about this is the modules are pre-recorded. So they drop on Monday. So it's not like you have to be there at 10 a.m. when they drop to watch them right at 10. So you can watch them later that day or listen. Like, I don't know about y'all, but my car is like my learning lab. So I'm on either a podcast or listening to a training or whatever. And so you can listen to it whenever. And then we're going to have the Q&A. Last year, we did it on Wednesdays. We feel like it was too soon. We needed to give people more time. So this year, you're going to be able to submit your Q&A questions up until noon on Thursday. So you have from Monday to watch the module until, I'd say, Thursday morning. Then you can submit your questions. That doesn't mean that your question is not going to get answered next week if you don't get to that module till next week. But you're going to have time to get to that. And then here's the other thing. If you are like, okay, it's tax season, but I really want this version of Outer Limits, remember you have access to it for an entire year. So if like your summer is calmer, then I would just be like, okay, I'm going to get through this in the next 6 weeks during the summertime or whatever. You're still going to have that course for an entire year. And the meetings we are alternating them. So they're going to alternate between 6 p.m. on Thursdays to 10 a.m. on Fridays for that 6 weeks. Everything will be recorded. So even if you cannot watch it live, you'll be able to watch the recording. All right. Hopefully that helps. Okay, Julie, do we have somebody else?
So yes, Ruth's iPhone has a question about the free gift.
Ruth's iPhone. Where's Ruth's iPhone? Let me see if I can unmute her so she can clarify. Okay, Ruth iPhone. Yay. Okay, Ruth, I have asked to unmute you. There you go.
Hello.
Hi.
So you talk about a free gift. Is it something that we give out to someone, or is it slang for something else that I don't understand?
It's not slang. It's really, and here's a cool thing too. In Outer Limits, you're going to get a glossary. So I know like funnels and evergreens and free gifts, like all this can kind of sound Greek to us right now. But the free gift can be literally a tracer. So right now, our free gift is the Highlander tracer. Again, cash cow.
Okay.
Cash cow Julie. I just don't like the way that sounds. I like cash cow, but I don't like putting your beautiful. So the free gift is a tracer. And so also like right now, if you go to paintpartycal.com, you can Google it, paintpartycal.com, you're gonna see my free gift in action. So when you click on paintpartycal.com, that is a free gift. You sign up for it, and guess what happens on this thank you page? It's an upsell, right?
Oh.
So that way I teach you how to come up with that so that you can build your online business. So for example, you know, we have Lisa, who she teaches a lot of lettering in hers. So she'll do her lettering. So she might do a free gift, maybe a lettering tracer. And then it gets them to know that, okay, now she has an upsell, and maybe it's like, you know, 10 ways to letter with your eyes closed. I'm just making stuff up, but you know what I'm saying? Like we'll refine it. But you know what I'm saying? So yes, it's a digital free gift. So again, I try to stay away from shipping stuff. I know the last 2 months has not been our family's life, but I try to stay away from shipping stuff. It's usually all digital.
Great. Yeah, I just joined Paint Party headquarters. So
yay, welcome.
I did one snowman, but I didn't do all 4 of them. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in September. So I am just now about to go back to work on the 12th of December. So I wasn't able to do a whole lot and lift wood and reach and paint and so forth for so long. So I'm going to hit January 1, all bells ringing, all forward.
Oh, well, first off, are you doing okay? Like it's like on the pause, like going?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was contained and nodes were negative, and now I'm dealing with reconstruction issues. But that has settled down, and I think I'm about ready to go to work in about 2 more weeks.
Well, you sound like a fighter, and I know we have a lot of other, you know, breast cancer survivors in this group. So
Sure.
you're in a good group that have, you know, we got some strong women in this group. So, and
yes,
also, and I also want to say to Ruth and anyone else, like, a lot of you have just joined Paint Party headquarters. So again, you know, we offer this once a year. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I just joined this, but I'm still trying to get my feet wet with Paint Party headquarters, but you're excited and you want this, but it's a little overwhelming. Remember, we don't start the course until January 16th. So you still have until then. And then also, if you're like, I just want to do paint parties and I don't want to teach something online, then it's okay if it's not for you. So always remember that too. Never feel like pressured, you know, if this isn't what's for you. But if you know it is, and you're like, yeah, this seems really cool and I want to learn from somebody who's doing this, then I definitely want to teach you. So
great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. Who else, Julie?
Our next question is from Tammy Muto.
Tammy.
Well, she asked a question if she could ask a question. So Tammy, yes, you may. What is your question?
My question is about the bonus, and I think I got it answered by the help of Julie. Thank you, Julie. Is it a one night thing?
Yes.
Okay.
So so just like I'm teaching you how to do an upsell, there is an upsell, obviously, on this. What I teach, why would I not do it myself? But the upsell is really cool. So the upsell is, we call it paper plate to over $100,000 launch. And it's actually a look in the insights. It's over $136,000 launch, but we just did over 100,000 because it sounded cooler. And
Thanks.
rolls off the tongue better. Paper plate to 100K versus paper plate to 136 and change, right? Like it just sounds cooler. So anyway, for those of you that have been with me a while, when I launched Paint Party headquarters, so our first launch was 58 members, and then my second launch was this paper plate that I have kept all of these years, y'all. So I remember just being in this frantic, like, oh, I'm not good enough. Blah, blah. I mean, y'all, I was a mess. I was like a blubbering, crying mess. Like nobody likes me. I mean, I put so much energy and effort into this launch, and 6 people on Sunday had signed up. And so I started a tally, like I was like just frantic, and I was in the kitchen and I was like, oh, and I just grabbed a paper plate and I started like tallying. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is craziness. And then I kept tallying. And then by Thursday, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21 had signed up on Thursday. And then so by the end of that launch, 45 had signed up, and that was September of 2008. So I've kept this plate, like this paper plate. This was my tracking system. Y'all, we have a much better tracking system for you now. That's way prettier. But this is so meaningful to me because just recently, and a lot of y'all were a part of that Snowman Showdown. So I just want to say a huge thank you. But we learned some really valuable stuff. And it by far was one of our most successful as far as being able to scale. So our upsell is a Zoom meeting like this, where I am breaking down from this time to this time, which is way more documented and way prettier, but I'm actually going to break down exactly what happened and how we made that happen, which these numbers are very, it was even hard for me to share with my team. So when I went to go, what can I do as an upsell? It made me nervous because I was like, these are numbers that I'm kind of nervous about sharing with my team, right? And so I was like, well, if we're going to do this, like we're going to do it right. We're going to go all in and we're going to share it all. So I shared it all with my team, and then that's part of the upsell. So it's kind of like a pretty like, it's one of those things where, you know, when you have something that finally all clicks and all comes together, and you learn something, and then you're like, oh my gosh, it was just insane. And I cannot wait to talk. So it's a one night. I'm going to talk all about that. I'm going to tell you the breakdown, what happened, the ins, the outs. I did not cry the entire launch, which paper plate, Heidi. Cried her eyes out the whole week. This one was intense, way intense, and I didn't cry once. So yes, Tammy, it's one night. So any of y'all that, you know, when you purchase Paint Party Outer Limits, listen to that thank you video, and you're going to see the upsell. And if you're curious about that, it's going to be a really cool evening together. So I'm excited. All right, who else?
We have Stacy B.
I didn't even realize. I just typed it in there as a which question are you talking about, Julie?
You said, speaking of taxes, wouldn't it be
Oh,
a
okay.
write-off too?
Oh, yes. So y'all, this is a business. I mean,
Yeah.
I write off all of my business expenses, all of my coaching, my masterminds, my conferences, everything. I write all of that off. So yeah, good point, Stacy B.
It was right after that lady said she was an accountant too, so I just thought it was perfect timing, or just wondering how that all works too. So okay.
Yeah, definitely. There's a part, I don't know about y'all, but my CPA, and again, I don't want to get anybody in tax trouble, but there's a part that's education. So because you're doing it as a business, again, treat it as a business, and it's part of your education. Just like Paint Party headquarters, literally marketing, like that's part of your marketing. That's a write-off every single month. Julie, who else? Let's answer a few more.
We have Tiffany S.
Tiffany, what's your question? Let's see if I can find you. Hi.
See me?
Where are you? Wave big. Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Late night
Hi.
talk. Zoom.
Yeah. My question was, I'm new to Paint Party headquarters too. Just joined a couple weeks ago.
Hey,
I've been
welcome.
trying to binge on everything, but not get overwhelmed, but I am already.
That's normal.
You know, well, I had planned to start doing a lot of paint parties, and now I'm wondering, do you recommend doing paint parties before jumping into this part of the business, or scrap all that and go this direction?
So right now, you should be teaching people how to paint a cow. For sure. And,
Okay.
and then use that money if this is something like, I mean, y'all know if this is like interesting to y'all, and you're all on here because it's still interesting to y'all. So what I would do, seriously, I'm just gonna say, like, if you're still on here and you're probably like, yeah, this sounds cool, then I would use this next 3 weeks to have a cow party, use that money and pay for Outer Limits, because Outer Limits doesn't even start till January 16th. So you're going to start learning that online world through kind of the slower season of paint parties. And I say slower relatively because some of my friends and some of my paint party headquarters friends, like, they will go full force in the spring too. And I'm one of those that I kind of like to lay back in January because I've gone so full force from August to December that January I just want to, like, go on my cruise and take a moment and take a breather, right? But yeah, so it's up to you. Again, Tiffany, I know so many of you have just joined Paint Party headquarters, so I don't want you to be in a place where you're like, oh my gosh, now I have to get this. If you feel like you want to learn this, by all means, you have a year to take this course, so you could purchase it and then watch it later. But definitely, like, right now, you should be definitely sending out those magic scripts and booking that party. And then, for sure, if this is something interesting to you, we don't start until January 16th. So you have plenty of time.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad you're here.
Me too.
I love seeing y'all. Oh, we better take a picture before all the videos go off. Okay, everybody smile. I'm so bad at doing this part of it. And my dad will always say, like, don't look stupid, Heidi. Don't look stupid when we take. Am I doing it right? No, I turned my phone off. Yeah, hold on. I do know technology, y'all. I do know technology. I had to do one with my tongue out because that's who I am. Okay, y'all saw one more time. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Okay, next question.
So how about our last two questions? We have Connie, and I think it's Diebler, Deibler, Connie.
Oh,
and then after
Connie, yes.
And then after Connie, we can go to Tony's iPad.
It's like Stacy S. Tony's iPad. We're on The Bachelor or something. I love that. Okay, let's go to Connie. Go for it. Let's find her, see if she can unmute. There you are, Connie. Hi.
Hi. I struggle with finding the right email provider because I get so confused with what to put in my emails and that sort of thing. And do we have to have a website to house our free gift?
Great questions. Okay, so email providers, this year I'm actually going to be teaching you kind of back and forth between Constant Contact, because I know it's like one of the cheapest ways to get started. And so many of us use that for our paint party business already. So it's just an easy way to continue. And then I have been using Aweber for, I guess, 8 years now. And so that's where I've kind of always housed my online emails. So I want to do it in a way that's not confusing to y'all, because the last thing you need is more overwhelm. So the main modules will be taught from Constant Contact, so you can see that. but then there is a possibility of like a little bit of, okay, here's how I'm doing this in Aweber. But just to let you know, Aweber is it's more expensive. And with the amount of emails I have, I pay around $1,100 a month now. So the more emails you have, the system costs more. So just know that, it's kind of, I mean, it's just part of it. As you grow your business, costs sometimes go up like that. And the other thing is, the other question was, remind me, Connie, I was on the train of thought.
About a website to hold where
Yeah.
you
I knew-
said your free gift. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And so what I will recommend to all of y'all, if you haven't already done it yet, if you have a pretty established business, make sure you go to namecheap.com and namecheap.com or GoDaddy. I use Namecheap. I've been using them for a long time. And make sure you register your business name. So for example, Texas Art and Soul, Paint Party Headquarters, like all of that is registered. So nobody can go out and buy my business name. And I've even taken it further, like Pixie wants to go into fashion and she already kind of has like a fashion name she wants. I've already bought Pixie Easley, PixieRainEasley.com, her fashion name.com. Like I've already bought those because they're only like $10 a year. And so if your name isn't already taken, I just went ahead and bought them so that if she wants to have her own website one day, if she builds her business or whatever. And so that's like an easy buy. And then, Connie, the reason why I lead y'all towards Constant Contact is because it hosts a landing page. So you can actually create your free gift, and they have a website option too, but you can do all of that through that one email system. That way it's $45 a month versus you spending, a lot more. So I really try to teach you the cheapest way, like how to bootstrap it. Then you can get fancier. Then you can pay for other types of, like I pay $300 a month for ClickFunnels, and then I pay $1,100 a month for Aweber. But at the beginning, no, I didn't do any of that. Like I bootstrapped it and figured it out as I grew it. So no, you don't have to have a full-blown website when you first start. Did that help you? Sorry, I had to. Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, good, Connie. I had to mute everybody because I heard something and I couldn't concentrate on my brain was talking.
Oh, I know.
Awesome. Okay, so Julie, where are we at? Oh, I think I muted you.
So, yeah, no, you're good. So, and I am trying to scroll back. So Tony's iPad was going to be our last question for the night.
Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
My question was, is this course totally about online paint parties, like not in-person paint parties, right? It's how to
Correct.
run online paint party business, and it's not about a membership business.
So this is teaching you how to build the foundation for your online business. So it doesn't technically have to be online paint parties. As my mother-in-law would say, she says, this course could literally work for real estate agents, for dentist office, for doctors, for chiropractors. And I'm like, I know it works for any business, but if I'm talking to everybody, I'm talking to nobody. And that's one of the things that I teach as well. You want to be very laser focused. So this course, we will not be talking about in-person paint parties at all. Like if somebody asks me about where to buy canvases, I will kindly refer them to Paint Party Headquarters. And because this is all online. So it's about building the foundation. And one of the things I noticed a long time ago, so this is our 4th year doing Outer Limits. So we've done it for 4 years. And so I learned how to be an affiliate. Well, I learned how to build a membership, which is Paint Party Headquarters. And I was an affiliate for the course that taught me how to do this. Well, what happened was I sent people who wanted to learn that. I ended up sending 19 people to that course through an affiliate link. And it broke my heart because they didn't know even the foundation. They didn't even know like what the word evergreen meant, what the word funnel meant, like all of these things. So they went to this like higher level online course and they floundered and they struggled because they didn't even know the basic terms. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like I felt this responsibility of, okay, I'm sending people here, but I'm not giving them any of the tools to get to that next spot. And so, so that's kind of how Paint Party Outer Limits was formed. And that plus I saw people going to other business coaches that I thought, no, I can teach them exactly, like I'm doing those steps. I can teach you exactly what to do. And so, so it is all online based. It is all online talk. And so really, if you know, I saw somebody earlier put yoga in there. Somebody put yoga and painting. I mean, if you're trying to do an online yoga / painting thing, like you can do that. Like that is something that could be done. And again, it's all about catering your free gift to build that foundation of emails. So we're
Okay.
taking it back to the simplest.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope that helps.
It did. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, so if anybody wants to sign up, and the link is in the description. If you are on here, first off, just congratulations again for participation in the world. Most of the people do not know what is happening. And I'm telling you, if you think that that is not true, try telling somebody about a funnel or an evergreen during Christmas holidays. We're going to talk about a tree and how they funneled beer in college or high school, right? Like it will not relate to this. So I want you to remember that this is really, really cool that you're even stepping out there to learn this stuff, because there's really cool stuff that you can do. And oh my gosh, Loretta signed up. That's awesome. I can't wait. But basically, I am doing what I am implementing. Yes, I redeemed myself. I'm implementing right now. I may not know big words, but I do know how you can do emails and funnels and evergreens and all of that goodness. So I can't wait to teach you that stuff. Okay, thank y'all so much for being here. And Janetta says, signed up this afternoon. Yay, I was so excited. Remember, if you're an alumni, your price is even cheaper than this. So if you're an alumni and you don't have your link, email support@paintpartyheadquarters.com so you can get your special link. And then anybody who joins this year, remember next year you'll get it even at a better discount. So, all right, thank y'all so much for being here. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. I hope y'all had fun. And I will hopefully see you in Paint Party Outer Limits. If not, we will see each other in Paint Party Headquarters. So, all right, y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all. Bye, Patricia.
Good night.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Dawn. Bye, Shanta. Bye, Stephanie. I'm trying to say everybody's name. It's going to take a while. Okay, I'm just going to do an overall bye because there's a bunch of names. All right. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all soon. Thank y'all.